Ah, Tetris. Do 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 do. Why not? Yeah. Let's go with level 0. We just work our way up. 0 through 9 and a beyond. So there's so many puzzles of life, things we cannot solve. I mean, this game isn't that hard, right? Came with the fucking Game Boy when it first came out. But yeah, I'm frustrated about what's going on with recent events concerning the lockdowns. Are we overcoming these lockdowns? It's been about 18 months if we're going into August, right? I mean, it really is one of those pain in the ass things. And I'm tired of it. You know, most of us have complied. We shut up and did what we were told. But what's the use? Now, this is a... you don't have to like Tim Pool. I don't care about him. Whatever. This is what he says. This is a tweet that he did earlier today or yesterday. If you're vaccinated, you don't need to get COVID tests, says de Blasio, who's the New York mayor. Hold on, plane. Okay, plane is gone. If you're vaccinated, you don't need to get COVID tests, says de Blasio. Vaccinated people can still transmit COVID. If they aren't getting tested, then the spread will still happen, and then the negative tests from unvaccinated people would be pointless. It makes no sense. Now, I won't disclose whether or not I have vaccinated. However, I did see my doctor at the end of June. Let's see. Oh, perfect fit right there. So, I'm not happy with what's going on with California. Gavin Newsom has just ordered required, what is it? Required, for state employees, they have to show proof of vaccination papers or go through tests to hopefully get negative tests. Oh, shit. Let me see if we're not blurry here. I have to do a non-blurry test. All right. So if you're a state employee, you know, you're subject to these scrutinous things. Since I work for a library volunteering, that could apply to me as well. However, my volunteer coordinator says, for now, that doesn't apply. We don't have to follow those rules. We still have to be masked. I like the fact that we didn't have to wear a mask, that there was a bit of trust, and now that trust is gone because of the spike of the Delta variant of the COVID. Is the COVID Delta real? I don't know. Is it never real? Is it always real? Are you real? I'm just tired of it. What are we going to do? This is the unsolvable puzzle. Much like, you know, finishing Tetris right. It's the unsolvable puzzle. No matter what we do, we're never going to get this right. We're always going to make mistakes. We're never going to get out of this. It's the never-ending trap. So I'm wondering, is there a solution to this? Can we solve this? You know, keep in mind that the Democrats in particular, the Republicans are bullshit too. I don't take any sides. I don't take Republicans' side except when they're right, which is some of the time. I don't take Democrats' side except when they're right, which is some of the time. Or green or independent, peace and freedom. Anybody know peace and freedom? Anybody know a popular politician from Peace and Freedom Party? There's all kinds of parties. Even Black Panther Party is a legitimate party. But who's going to vote for them, right? The Democrats want to hold on to their high school cliques. They want to hold on to their PACs and super PACs. And what will they sacrifice to do that? Will they let us not wear masks anymore? Will they shut down the restaurants again? I remember when the restaurants, outdoor restaurant eating was only available and it was open, and then by Christmas time it was closed again. It's like, and then they wanted to cancel Halloween. I was listening to Michael Osterholm talk to Joe Rogan, and I kind of got over him when he said there was no possible way that COVID could have come out of a lab. Now, that interview was done maybe a month or two before the lockdowns happened in 2020. To not think, and he said, you know, there's nothing worse that mankind can do to itself than in nature. So that it had to have come from an animal, the COVID. Let us remind Dr. Osterholm of Albert Einstein, the atomic bomb, because surely that was a dangerous thing that mankind could come up with. We are capable of destroying ourselves. bioweapons, atomic bombs, lasers, Death Stars, etc., you name it. Cloning. I mean, there were wars fought on Krypton, you know, Superman's ancestry over clone rights, body parts, and stuff like that. Clones, minds for the mindless. Killing clones for the sake of repairing one's body from a clone. That's good science fiction, I'll tell you that. And like COVID, Jor-El, the father of Kal-El, they all locked themselves up in these giant, like, sterile towers, much like lockdowns in COVID. And he sent his only son to Earth so that he didn't have to suffer the same fate of being sterile all the time. Like, it's okay to be dirty out in the wild. You know, we're out in the elements. Let me tell you all something. Let me spoil the book for you. We're all going to get sick. We're all going to die of some illness. You get cancers from many different ways that's not necessarily COVID related. I'm at level 2 right now, aren't I? It's hard to tell with the 20 lights I've got overhead. I'm sure I'll get it. I'm sure I won't miss. Every once in a while I can get a 4 in a row and you hear that woo sound, like when you get 4 rows. I think my time is up here. Tetris is hard. I mean, it still is a challenging game. I dated a girl once who wouldn't play Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, but she could play Tetris. Another stupid plane. Let's enter my score of, let's put COVID. Shall we do that? So how do you all feel now that we have more restrictions and no solutions? You really, I can tell you, I meant what I said in my previous post on TikTok about voting absent. I wasn't joking. First of all, I don't even like jury duty. And second, we'll put 1 or COVID X. So anyway, my final message is that we have to take better care of ourselves. Vaccinate if you're unwell. Vaccinate if you have symptoms. Vaccinate if you know your obesity, your cancer, your asthma, bleeding disorders, anything, you know. But if you don't feel comfortable vaccinating because the chemicals in whether Pfizer... See, this is the thing I was afraid of too. Even if I showed vaccination papers, right, hypothetically speaking, what if they demonized one? Oh, don't trust Johnson & Johnson, don't trust Pfizer, don't trust this company, this pharmaceutical company, this vaccine, that's a bad vaccine. Oh, you're supposed to vaccinate more than once. I'm not turning into a drug addict. My disability requires me to infuse every 30 days for something else. I'm not taking 2 damn medications. If I were to vaccinate, or if I had vaccinated, it would just be 1 and done. Just 1. I'm not doing like 20. But I don't like, you know, it's hard to trust a government that says they're not trying to control you with this bullshit. So it is the unsolvable puzzle. Can we solve it? I don't know. Until then, just keep an eye on our government. Don't vote for anybody and watch the sparks fly.